I was watching the match yesterday and cheering for Rajasthan Royals, because it really opens up the league. Delhi is otherwise just running away. And as the match progressed, I got really, really annoyed with Rajasthan. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Kharab bowling towards the end. They're not able to close out the game despite losing what 3-4 wickets. Super over again, like very much like how all Rajasthan fans felt yesterday, right? And very true, on point. This morning though, I had a I was thinking, surely this management that they have can't be that dumb. Surely there's some thought process which obviously doesn't come out, but what could that be? So hear me out. As there are two perspectives as to what all happened. First is as a fan, which everybody who saw the game yesterday as a fan, as an expert, we all have the same opinions. Your bowling was bad, your batting should have closed it, choice of players in the super over, all true because we're going by what we saw. Jaiswal batted well, Nitish Rana scored runs, so why were they not in the super over? Why Sandeep and Archer all bang on, no disregarding that. The other POV, I'm thinking of it now from the player's perspective, right? Usually क्या रहता है जब ऐसा सुपर ओवर आता है after a match, the management tries to send batters who have been in the ground just recently, so that because they're still hot, still in the thick of things. So that is one rationale, and they have been touting Hetmeyer as their finisher. They retained him, they keep him for the last 5 overs, and even in this game, it might have well been like, you know what, we got you as a finisher. You only faced 7 balls, ठीक है time नहीं करा, but you are finisher for a reason. So when the super over comes, we are sending you. We still back you. हम खाली कहने के लिए तुमको finisher नहीं कहते हैं. Same way, Dravid in an interview recently called Riyan Parag their best batter. Hence, they are sending him at number 3. And I think they would have sent Sanju if he was fit, but because he wasn't. Riyan Parag can very easily say, मेरे को तो best batter कहते हो, but जब super over की बात आई, you sent Nitish, you sent Yashasvi, whatever. They said we call you a best batter, so you go out and do it. Sandeep, they've been calling him their death specialist bowler, and despite a horrid last over in the full-time game where he bowled 5 wides and no balls, they're like, you know what, super over तू ही डालेगा भाई. है आर्चर, but हमने death over के लिए तेरे को रखा. Now I just feel as a player, isn't that a very strong hand on your back? And it's not a question of whether it works, it doesn't work, or whether it's the right approach or not. And it is something that we have seen Dravid follow through his tenure also. Go back to the Indian team before the 2021 T20 World Cup in Australia. They played so many players, gave them enough chances. ये करने के बाद क्या रहता है, when you reach a point where you feel like you have to drop a player, the player can't say यार मेरे को ना enough chances नहीं मिली, which is what we hear a lot. I think that is the intention behind this, and it's not about whether this is the right way or the wrong. For all this turns out the wrong approach because it's a league. You have to win the league. To win the league, you have to win enough matches. While this is more of like a long-term nurturing approach, which is why I always had curiosity and doubts about Dravid being an IPL coach because he's very suited to grooming players over a longer time period. IPL doesn't give you that luxury of time, which is why I was very excited to see how he goes about it. And this, it's great if it shows return immediately, but many times it won't. Maybe it shows later in the tournament because players feel like they are being really backed and not just spoken of at face value, but जब करने की बारी आती है, you go to the tried and tested players. Or it doesn't show up, they have a very bad season, and maybe they come back stronger next year, or maybe they don't, and it just continues to be a bad season, bad performance. But I think the players will come out stronger from this, purely from the backing that they're getting. They know how competitive it is outside. They know everybody would have trolled them yesterday, Dhruv Churel. But I think when the management trusts you, अब आया 10 situation, and they're still trusting you to deliver. As a player, I think that's a great move. And when I say that, I'm thinking of myself as an employee, and maybe my boss backing me so much in the critical situations. So that's the thought I had. And if nothing, take this as a dessert to sweeten the loss yesterday. If you're really annoyed, because losses like these really annoy you because मैच था यार आपके हाथ में, बस आपने जाने दिया for some inexplicable reasons. Today I've been just thinking over this and it makes sense. Like from a, like I said, character building, team confidence, backing your players is easier said than done. RRR doing it. And again, while I say that, It is not guaranteeing results. It is not the right approach, maybe because ultimately you have to go by results. I would like to believe that's a chat that they have had internally, that we are backing our players. हमने इन्हीं प्लेयर्स को रखा है. We also know they don't have a very strong bench strength, so they're like आप ही हो प्लेयर्स हमारे, या तो टीम बनाओ या सीजन बिगाड़ो, सब आपके ऊपर है, but we are backing you. That translating into moments like yesterday where you pushed against the wall but you're still backing them, I really like that. As a, if I was a player, I would really like that. And this is again my take on it. Maybe they had a different thought process, but just a thought, and I thought I'd share with you guys.